SlideShares and why you should be using them. Guys, this is an absolutely massive way to get exposure. SlideShare is basically owned by LinkedIn, as you can see here. It's basically a place where you can share PowerPoint slides to show your area of expertise, basically, and it's a great way for you to get people back to your business. You can see from mine here that I've got my website domain at the URL at the bottom. And this is absolutely fantastic, obviously, for not only showing people what my area of expertise actually is, but to ultimately get them back to my website. So I've got a bunch of tips and things that come up on here. Now, the important thing is these all make sense when you read them on their own. Obviously, you don't want to be putting up PowerPoint slides that just simply don't make sense. You want to actually give people some kind of value. Now, what I've also got is a clickable link that goes back to the original article, which I actually based this SlideShare from in the first place. So if you click on that, it actually takes them to my website. Now, this is important because we want to make it as easy as possible for people to go back to our website. So that's very, very important. And also, obviously, as any good edupreneur would do, ideally I want to also get them into my online courses. If they're reading this PowerPoint slide, then they're going to be interested in the course that is related to this set of slides. So before I show you how to do this, let me just show you how big and important this is. If you go to the home page, you can see here, this is just where some of the featured slides are. Now look, this was put up 3 weeks ago and it's had over 125,000 views. It's just about SEO. 2 weweeks ago, 49,000 views. You can see here, guys, that 2 weeks ago, 775,000 views. 775,000 views. I mean, guys, this is absolutely enormous. Can you imagine having that many views on a piece of your content that directly goes back to your website without having to pay a thing? This is free advertising on a monumental level. And the great thing is that because it's connected to LinkedIn, it also takes people back to your profile. They can further see what your expertise is, and you can link your SlideShares to your actual profile itself as well. So how hard is it to do this? Not hard at all. Simply, if you have a LinkedIn account, you can just create an account by connecting your LinkedIn account. If you don't have a LinkedIn account, go and get one. It's free. You don't need one, guys. I've got so much business out of LinkedIn. I've never had the paid account. So just do that. I highly recommend you setting up an account, but you don't have to have a LinkedIn account. And then once you're logged in, you'll simply have this upload button. So what I've done is, actually, here's one of my little secrets, is I created a load of blog posts. And by the way, I write all of my own blog posts. I think this is very important. Sorry, you get this view because I'm logged in at my end. It's a funny view. Basically, when I personally believe that your voice, very much online, is your brand. The way that you speak and the way that you write must be congruent in person as it is in writing. So I do not outsource my writing. I do not outsource my content development. I do that myself. It's all in my own words. It's all in my own language. And that way, when people speak to me or see me on video, it all matches up. It all makes sense. So I personally do that myself. So you'll see that a lot of my blog posts are 9 ways to, 5 ways to, 3 simple tips for, 10 tips for, 4 ways, 10 ways. So you can see here how by having all of my blogs like this, not only is it easier to write because I can go and just simply find tips and write about each tip, but secondly, what this allows me to do is very easily then turn these into simple SlideShares. So what I do is, let me just go into my drive. I'm going to go to my SlideShares. I've got all the ones that I've published in here, but I'll just pop back to the ones that are unpublished. All I've simply done, guys, is converted my blog posts into PowerPoint presentations and then simply saved them as a PDF, because they have to be a PDF to upload them. So here's one that's I simply saved as a PDF. So as long as you've got a PowerPoint slide, you can do this. It's that simple. So I'm just going to just better download that first of all. I'm just going to download this bad boy from my drive. By the way, I use Google Drive just to keep everything saved. It keeps me organized. I can access this from my mobile phone. It's really good. So then I go into my SlideShare and you simply drag and drop. It's that easy. So this one's called 21 Ways to Engage LinkedIn So I'm just going to go and find my original blog post on this and just copy the beginning as the description. So when it comes to designing in this post, I'll just change that to SlideShare, blah, 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 copy. I'm just going to literally take that first bit, paste it in here, drag this down so I can see the whole thing. Excuse my cold. In this SlideShare, so that's the only thing I need to change. And then what category are you in? So mine is obviously in education, and then pop in some tags. Curriculum design. I always put my own name in as well, guys. I know a lot of people search for my name and my business name, so I always do this. This is how people are going to find your content. So make sure you know what are the top words people are going to use to find your particular content itself. So also this can be post specific, kinesthetic. This is about learning styles. Oops, how if I separate those two words? Okay, and then, oh, bing, publish. Bam, you have yourself a brand new SlideShare. Simple as that. So the next thing you want to do is, once you've done that, is you then go to LinkedIn, and obviously you're going to want to share that. You want to get as many eyeballs on this as possible. So that means you've got to self-promote, guys. You've got to press that share button. All right, so now I've shared my SlideShare. So go and share that in as many places as you possibly can. There's a couple of things you want to do next. So next, what you want to do is, because this actually came from a blog post, I'm going to actually embed this SlideShare actually in the original blog post itself. So I'm just going to log into my backend and show you how to do this, because it's actually very simple and it gives a great after effect. So I have just logged into the back end of my WordPress website, and I'm going to go and find that original blog post. So I click on posts, and then I'm going to find that actual 21 ways. I'm going to find that actual particular blog post here. And here it is. So I'm going to click on this. I'm going to go into edit. And you can see here, this is the HTML version because I'm clicked on the text tab. This visual tab, this will show you like the actual text, so you can view it as literally as if you are looking at a Word document. So where do I want this to go? Basically, I want my SlideShare to go before the actual tip. So I want my SlideShare to go in here. So what I'm going to do is go back to my SlideShare, and you'll see here you've got the share button, and these different options come up. So I want to collect this embed code here. So I'm going to click that. I'm going to press Control and copy. And then I'm going to go into my blog post. So make sure your cursor is in the place where you want to post it. It's going to go, when designing and delivering effective learning programs, consider including as many of the following as possible. I'm going to go into the text version over here. And you'll see there where it says, look, including as many of the following as possible. I wanted it to go in after this. Now this NBSP, this means space. SP, space. I'm going to put the code, literally just paste it. Paste, that's all I've done. And I'm going to press update over here. And that should have updated. So now what I'm going to go and do is view the post and see what it looks like. Ta-da! So now you'll see that I've got my original blog post here. I seem to have lost all of my widgets. That's not cool. I recently lost my website. And you'll see here that the actual SlideShare has embedded within the blog post itself. So people can go click, 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 and actually click through the SlideShare from within the blog post. How good is that? So it just adds a little bit more to the blog posts. It makes it look a bit more interactive, a little bit more fun and exciting. Then we're going to do something else. So the next thing I want you to do is I would like you to go to your LinkedIn account. So sign in on your LinkedIn account and go to your own personal profile. And what we're going to do is we're going to connect our SlideShare to our actual profile itself. So we want to get just the URL code. So I'm just going to copy the URL. So again, I remember I got there by clicking on share. go over to my LinkedIn profile, and when you scroll down, you will see in your summary section where you currently have your notes, there's this little box up here, which is to add documents. So if you click on this, by the way, this is just a free account, simply paste the URL in there, not the code, the URL, and go continue. And it will just import that description. It has restrictions on the numbers. Add to profile. And there it is. Ta-da! Simple as that. So now I've got a SlideShare where people can find me, actually in SlideShare itself. I have that SlideShare embedded in my blog, which is another place people can find me. And I have now connected that to my LinkedIn so that people on there can see my expertise. And then here is something else I'm going to share with you. It's actually another tip in this challenge, which is all about turning this now into a course. I will show you how to do that in another video.